our anxiety and depression support stream. My name is Ruby. I am a master life coach in the healing arts and a spirit, soul, and body care specialist. And I welcome you to this live stream and this very special series that I'm beginning tonight for our Wednesday night live stream, which I am titling Speak from the Heart. Y'all, this is so beautiful, what God is unveiling for us. I have a teaching for us tonight. It's actually going to be a little bit of a one-to-one session for you, but sort of a group session as well, because we're all doing it together. So I'm very excited to get into this. And before we do, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to log on. I am a little bit early tonight. And while we're doing that, I'm going to overview what we're going to get into this month for this session, this Wednesday night live stream. I have 4 weeks of heartfelt healing ahead for all of us. I'm so excited. Tonight, we're getting into the first teaching. And I've decided I am going to do all of these as one-to-one sessions. I kind of want to invite you a little bit into this. For those of you who are curious about what I do or what a one-to-one session may look like, of course, this is interactive. This is kind of group meeting, so it would be a little different. But the way I'm going to present it to you this week and this month, the rest of this month, is going to be very, very much like we are doing sessions together. So yeah, free therapy. How are y'all doing tonight? How is the week going? And I should say the month, because we did start June this week. I love when that happens, actually. June has been amazing already. For me, I'm just so much revelation is pouring into my spirit, and I'm super happy and excited to share it with you. So yeah, this month for this live stream, I have 4 teachings. Tonight we begin with sit with your pain. Sit with your pain. That's what we're going to get into tonight. Next week, find the light in the dark. Week 3 of this month, we will get into emotional recovery. And our final week is going to be reclaiming my heart's voice. So, hope y'all are ready for this. I already feel we're going to have a lot of transformation this month. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready. And how's everybody doing? How's the month going so far? Anybody have any amazing stories to tell yet, or exciting breakthroughs happening yet? Because I do feel this month is going to be very, very, very much that for all of us. Welcome, everybody. Good to see all of you in the chat. Hi. So yeah, we're going to want to take notes this month for this, actually for all the classes, but certainly for this one. This is going to be a really good one for us. And I want to give you all some time to get settled in. I know everyone's logging on now. So I'm going to give you guys some time to settle in. Find somewhere in your house or wherever you're watching this that is relatively quiet and where you're able to kind of focus on you, on your thoughts, on your feelings, because we're going to get into this tonight. How's it going? It's almost your birthday. Well, happy early birthday. You're a June baby, huh? You're a summer baby. That's exciting. I love birthdays. And I hope you have an awesome one. And welcome, by the way. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the live stream. Hi, everybody's saying hello. Hello to you as well. Okay, so tonight we get into probably the most challenging of all spaces, and this is to sit with your pain. If I'm to learn how to release the pain that I have, I need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, sitting with it. Okay? So take this in for a minute, because this is what we're getting into tonight. And by the way, if you're not ready to do this, you can save this video and watch it later. In fact, I'm going to pretty much teach in a way that you could probably watch this over and over again, doing different types of releases for yourself, okay? By the way, I am a certified master life coach in the healing arts. I help you on the inner healing journey. I use music, movement, and art to process pain and trauma. So if this is something that you're interested in, this is our anxiety and depression support stream, and I certainly can help you with that as well. Please feel free to reach out, shesrestored@gmail.com, or you can go directly to my website, shesrestored.com. And of course, you can also find me on my social media, She's Restored on Instagram, or Sonia the Libra Sound for artist coaching. You're going to turn 10. That's beautiful. You're going to be a whole decade old. I love that. Well, happy birthday to you. So, are we ready? I'm ready to get into this. We're talking about the heart this month in this specific live stream, okay? So, I want you to get comfortable somewhere, and we're going to do a little check-in. I'm going to do a check-in with you right now. Certainly, if you have something to write with and something to write on, I would encourage that for you. If this is actually something that is very natural for you, maybe you have a journal already, I would encourage you to get that. And find a little quiet space, because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions this evening. We're going to have a lot of self-reflection. All right? Are we ready? Are we ready? I'm ready. Are y'all? Okay, let's rock. Number one. First, let's check in. I want to know, how is your heart feeling today? If today your heart is feeling strong and hopeful and happy, then that's wonderful, and we love that. And this is a great space to be in, and I want you to focus on that. If that is the emotion that comes up, one that is positive and uplifting, then sit with this. Because I'm always going to encourage you to honor where you are. If we were to do one-to-one sessions, you would actually find this, that there will be some weeks where we get to some roots and a lot comes up. And then there's some other weeks where, because we've released a lot, there's more room for joy and peace and tranquility. And this is the inner healing journey. It's an ebb and flow, right? However, if you are in a space tonight where you are going through something, or you feel something heavy in your spirit, then this is certainly going to encourage you and strengthen you tonight, okay? So as you're thinking about this and allowing yourself to feel whatever's coming up today, I want you to notice the emotion that rises within, okay? Just notice it for a minute. This is the first step. I must take notice in my inner mirror, if you will, of the heart. I must take notice of what it is that I'm feeling. What is it? Can you name the emotion? And you can name it with words or colors, sounds, shapes, places. There's no right or wrong. This is what you feel. But it is important to name it. Okay? And this is our first step. I'd like you to name the emotion that comes up when you're thinking about, how is my heart doing today? How am I feeling today? And now that we're here, I'd like you to sit with it. If it's a heavy emotion, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And that's okay. This is where sometimes we can feel uncomfortable talking about what we're feeling, or even noticing what we're feeling, and want to run the other direction because pain is uncomfortable. But it's necessary that we bring it close because this is part of my recovery. So for a moment, sit with this feeling that you have. Notice your energy response. Do you feel a pulling away from this now that you're noticing and naming it? Do you feel like you're trying to run away or pull back? Or do you feel a pulling toward the feeling? This is very important to notice because this is a clue to where you are in relation to this specific pain or feeling that you're having. Do you feel vulnerable and want to hide or run away? Or do you feel brave and want to confront the feeling? Where are you right now in this? And remember, you can watch this over and over again and ask yourself these questions. Okay, how are we doing so far? Welcome, everybody. I see all of you coming in. Hello. Good to have you all tonight. Well, I'm not going to give you numbers. But let's take this feeling, this space into our self-dialogue. And what I mean by this is we're going to do a little bit of journaling tonight. Journaling is a quiet and safe space to release thoughts and emotions. And I use this quite often in my one-to-one sessions because it's sort of a private release. And this gives you some time to release it with yourself first before you vocalize it or before you bring it into the atmosphere of where you are. In this case, it would be a one-to-one session with me. So this self-dialogue, it doesn't have to be words, by the way. It can be, if your language is drawing or sketching, this is what you could do. There's no right or wrong in this. This is more about kind of connecting my inner being with my physical being. I'm making this tangible, okay? And writing or drawing is bringing that spirit, soul, and body connection together. We could also do movement. If we were doing these together, one-to-one sessions, we could use different movements to release. Okay? And obviously, we would go very deep into this process. If you and I were sitting together, we'd be sharing much, much more. But obviously, we're in a group setting, so I'm keeping this very general for all of us. So for now, find something tangible to connect with as we carefully take this fractured place within self into the light. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to write. I'm saying 7 because that's my number. But let's see where we go, okay? So if you're doing this with me, and even if you're not, if you're just watching this, I'm going to give you the time to inspire you to do it. And I'm going to do it too, actually. So we're at 16. I'll be back, and I'm going to mute myself 7 minutes. Okay, I'm back, you guys. Can you actually hear me? If you're still writing or drawing, take your time. Do not let me break your concentration. Super important. So, does anybody want to share if you did this literally live with me? Or if you're watching on the replay and you want to share? Don't hesitate to comment and tell me what you're thinking and feeling today. And if you're doing this with me, does anybody want to share? Take a minute as we are wrapping. My question is, where is your heart's pain now? And I'll give you a moment to notice. See, this is something that, because we're so accustomed, especially this day and age, we're so accustomed to just on to the next thing. What's the next thing? We don't take time to pause. We don't take time to ponder. This literally helps you reset your mind and your heart, to notice, to pause. And this is what I'm helping you do. Did whatever you were feeling, did it move from where it was before we began? Now that you've released some of this, did it move? Is it closer or further away from you? Do you feel more emotional than before? If so, what do you feel now? What do you feel? I want to highlight the word feel. Some of us are thinkers. I always say this. Some of us are thinkers and some of us are feelers. So those of us that are thinkers, we process life through the mind, the intellect. And sometimes it's hard for us to feel because we're so wrapped up in our mind, in our head about what's going on. Okay, so for you, this might not come as natural. But this is what we're talking about. Feel. Feelings, emotions are residing in the heart realm. So I must allow it to move into the heart realm so I can feel it. And when I feel it, it is that much closer to me so that I can first take the courage to face it. Okay, especially if it is something heavy or it's a core wound. For some of us, it's a core wound that we're dealing with. I must allow myself to have the courage to bring it close to me, because this is where the transformation begins. It is counterintuitive, okay? It really is. I say this all the time. It's counterintuitive to bring pain close to me because we were not designed to live in pain or function in pain. And that goes across the board, mental, emotional, or physical pain. There's an intrinsic longing to be out of pain. But when it comes to me, and for a lot of us that are battling anxiety, depression, we have core roots that if we don't deal with them, our anxiety and our depression will not go away. They will continue to trigger our anxiety and depression. So what I'm teaching you here is how to bring it close to me so that I'm no longer afraid of the pain. So if you feel more emotional than before, what exactly are you feeling now? And this is for you to answer for you, okay? And if not, then what's changed? Some of you had a breakthrough doing this just now with whatever it was that you were, whichever emotion you were carrying. And for some of you, you're in a space right now where you're going through a lot. So this is opening a lot for you. And if it is, I welcome you to reach out to me and I can help you sort through some of this. And you can have peace and victory. So, if anybody wants to share, I'm going to open it up for you to post in the chat, or you can post on the replay. I will share what I wrote just for the sake of breaking the ice, shall I say? As I used to say in my class when I was doing my novelty notes classes on hobby. And this is okay too. For some of us, sharing publicly is very uncomfortable because you're very private, and that's okay. And I want you to honor that. But this is why I encourage this, because it's a private release. But let's say you are kind of getting brave and you may want to share sometime, perhaps even in my group classes, if you should join them. Then let me go ahead and open that conversation for us. This is what I wrote tonight because this is how I was feeling. I wrote, tonight I feel the shift I've been waiting for so long. I feel a oneness with myself that is supernatural. And I see signs that give me the assurance that my spirit is dancing. Again. And I'm exactly where I need to be. So I will be and rest now. It feels so glorious and beautiful, as I have been so often describing this new season that I've entered into. I can feel the weight lifting from me. And it's absolutely divine timing. My compass of 2022 has come full circle. And now I bathe in liquid pink sugar. That's what I wrote. Thankfully, I am in a very good space. I'm very thankful and very, very thankful, y'all. Because as I've been sharing, I have come out of a very challenging season. So, and lastly, before I close our little sesh, I want you to take the remnants of this pain that we sat with tonight. Okay? Take it. Take care of it. Bring it close to you. And I'm going to guide you into the light now, because next week I'm going to teach you how to take this pain into the light, because this is where it needs to go in order for it to be completely released from you. Okay, so close your eyes for a moment as you're reflecting on this, whatever it is that you're feeling tonight, whether it was positive or challenging, scary, stressful. I want you to take it, and I want you to envision with me as you're closing your eyes. I want you to see it in your mind. I want you to see this feeling. What does it look like? Does it have color? Can you see it? I want you to see it in the spirit realm. And then I want you to look for the light. As you're closing your eyes, I want you to find the light that is close to you, because it is there. Do you see it? Next week, we're walking into it. That's all for tonight, y'all. This has been our new series, Speak from the Heart. Your heart is beautiful. Your heart deserves unconditional love. Your heart deserves peace. And my prayer for you is that this is the year that you enter into this. Especially those of you that have been in very dark seasons for very long times. I have a very special prayer that I'm praying over us this month. Those of you that are watching this live stream, that you have the peace and the closure that you've been needing. Whatever area of your life that it has been, that has been weighing on your heart, that has been stealing your joy and your peace and your hope, this is the month that it turns around. And I'm very honored that I get to walk alongside you and bring you just a few little tools and maybe nuggets of wisdom to take with you so that you can find joy again. All right, y'all. I love you so much. I'll be back. I'll be back here Friday for our last day's live stream. I believe tomorrow I'm going to be on Instagram for Artist Stream Live Sessions. I'm going to launch it tomorrow. So if you're following me over there, I'm going to be talking to you about, I think I called it treading the trends. Treading the trends. And a little bit more. I'm still working with exactly everything I'm going to teach, but I'm definitely going to be talking about some of that because I feel we need to kind of unplug from the matrix and focus on our vision. Okay, love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye.